Welcome to My SSP Kit Online, your online home for the Integrated SSP Kit. Everything you need to teach each week lives here. Your user guide, screen displays, printable resources, screening tools, and catch-up resources. This short video walks you through your My SSP Kit Online from top to bottom, so you know exactly where everything is and how to use it each week. The page is organised into 4 zones. Across the top are your essential supports. So this includes the user guide, screening, generic daily review, and this navigation video. On your left are the Year 4 programs, organised by term, with an overview of each phonic concept covered in the term's teaching. On the right are your catch-up programs, for students who need targeted support at an earlier point in the sequence. Again, with an overview of each phonic concept covered in the term's teaching. At the bottom, you can access additional training videos organised by term. The user guide is your first stop. It explains the structure of the kit, the teaching sequence, and how the resources fit together. This is information you can find in your physical books, but it now also lives on My SSP Online for easy reference. Let's look at the screening tools. The screening tools help you place students accurately, so you know which students follow the whole class program and which students need a catch-up program. The generic daily review provides you with a ready-made review structure that you can use any day of the week. The training video tile is where you'll find this walkthrough whenever you need a refresher. Let's take a closer look at your whole class teaching. The Year 4 programs on the left-hand side follows the term tiles in order. Each tile shows the stage being taught that term and a preview of the weekly sequence, so you know the scope of the term at a glance. Hovering over this program, you'll see that there's 2 drop-down menus that appear. The first one with the printable icon shows your printable resources from the manual. Clicking on this will open into a new tab. On the first page, you're going to see an overview of the tasks that should be completed each week. The speech to print task and the dictation task are what you are going to likely want to print off prior to your lessons. So let's have a look at an example. Let's say I'm in week 6. I'm going to go to this week column, have a look at week 6, and then across to the page number, which is page 59. So going down to the bottom here, I'm going to skip to page 59 by writing that down below, and it's going to take me to that speech to print task. The very next page is going to be my dictation task. So if I want to print that off, I'm going to go to the printable icon. I'm going to go to pages, go customize, type in my page numbers, so 59 to 60, and then type in the number of copies. So consider how many students you have in that group. Let's say I have 10 and I'm ready and I can print those out now. I can use this home icon button down here to jump back up to the top and see what the other week's page numbers I need to jump to. The next page actually shows you the phonic concepts and the weeks, so you can cross-reference this when having a look at your page numbers too. Let's have a look at our other option in the drop-down menu. We have screen displays. Now this is what you're going to actually use when you're teaching in the classroom. Once we open up this, you can see this is the home page and it's got our week overview, but this one you can actually click on and it's going to skip forward to that point in the digital display. So if you click on that, week 6, you can see that we've got week 6 content now. This first page is like your overview page. So you're going to have the phonic concept for this week and the past 2 weeks there as a review, as well as some boxes for you to have a go writing in, for the students to have a go writing in those spelling words and you to model, as well as commonly misspelled words as well. The next page shows the learning from a fortnight ago. So you can see we have the phonic concept, the script to introduce that, words on the word list, and commonly misspelled words down the bottom. The next page shows last week's learning. So if you have a look on the bar on the side, you'll see that in week 5, we followed these phonic concepts. So again, it's got that same content, the script to introduce the phonic concept, the word list, as well as the commonly misspelled words, and a vocabulary component here with spell the word. The next one shows our current week's learning in more detail, so you're able to have a look at those same parts, the phonic concept, script overview, the words on the word list, the commonly misspelled words, and spell the word that means, vocabulary component. The next page over is your speech to print task, so you're able to model that to students, as well as the phonic dictation task. If we head back to home, we're going to be able to easily skip forward or backwards into any of those phonic concepts. And you'll see that there's a little part here where you can hover over word study templates. So when you click on that, it's going to jump forward into these word study templates. Now on a Wednesday, we're going to focus on the vocabulary component instead of that speech to print task. So this is so you're able to actually write in on your boards to model each group with one word. So we've got the prefixes and suffixes, or the commitment to complex words. And we've also got another page for synonyms and antonyms and dictionary definitions. So again, heading back to home, we're able to quickly see our overview and jump into the weeks that we need. Now, in any classroom, we'll have students working behind the teaching sequence. So that's where our catch-up programs come in. There are 13 programs, starting with stage 4A to C, stage 3A to D, and stage A to D. And our earliest code knowledge is stage 1 target 2 and stage 1 target 4. Your screening results will tell you which program your class needs. So when you have put in your students' data into the PLD tracking sheets, you've grouped them accordingly, and that's when you will have decided what programs suit them. These resources on this side are similar to your Year 4 programs in that you can hover over that program and you're going to be able to see the manual printable resources and the screen displays. Now on some of these you're going to see a version 1 and a version 2 of the screen displays. Version 2 is our new and improved slides, so we recommend you use these during your class teaching. Let's have a look at the Stage 2D catch-up program. I really love this program because it is a really nice overview of all of the catch-ups across Stage 2A to C. So just like before, we can click on our screen displays, and that's going to bring up our teaching overview here, so we can click on any of these. And so let's say we're in week 6, we're going to move to week 6, okay, and then we've got our overviews here. These ones are going to look slightly different because we are actually still teaching the heart high frequency words. So we have day 1 as our initial teaching of our heart high frequency words with scripting down the sides. Day 2 has our slightly reduced scaffolding and scripting, and day 3 is an opportunity to practice reading that word with no scaffolding. The next slide shows this week's learning with our word list to the side as well. The next page shows last week's learning, and the next page shows learning from a fortnight ago. The following page shows our speech to print task and our dictation task for the week. So how do we use these digital displays in the classroom when working across multiple groups concepts? To demonstrate this, I'm going to get 3 tabs open. So I'm going to go into my Term 1 programs, click on my screen displays and open that first one up. I'm going to go back and I'm going to click on my next screen displays, and I'm going to get my last one open. Like so. Now I'm going to go in and go to week 6, as that's my example. We're going to skip forward into week 6 content for each of these. Now we have our 3 tabs open. Switching between these effortlessly will help the flow of your lesson. So we recommend using a clicker that's set up to switch between your tabs. So I have a Logitech R500 wireless presenter clicker with Logitech Options Plus software installed on my computer. I've set up the clicker so that a long press between tabs will actually enable this keyboard shortcut that you'll see here. So a short press will go forwards and backwards, just like usual, but a long hold on either of these will switch between the tabs. And so I'll demonstrate quickly for you here. So you can see if I'm pressing short, I'm going to be able to move through the presentation like normal, but if I long hold, I'm going to be able to actually switch over to my tabs quickly and move through and then back. So you can visit our Q&A section for a detailed instruction guide on setting this up for your device. In summary, you have learned how to navigate your My SSP Kit online, how to print off the printable in-class resources from your Year 4 manual, how to use the new screen displays, and locate our catch-up programs. For further coaching and training videos, have a look at these ones down below.
If you found this information useful, don't forget to click the subscribe button and check out our related videos shown here. If you have any questions or feedback, please add them to the comments below and we'll be sure to respond. Otherwise, you can reach us via live chat on our website, pld-literacy.org. Thanks again for viewing.